Pull up a chair and pour a glass. Got stories that are built to last. Yeah, we're the old-fashioned dads.
Maybe just even the way that you speak.
Well, we'll still wander a bit.
Well, I think
that's part of the
fans
stick.
want us to wander. Anyway, okay. Episode 6.
Episode 6 already. Wow.
Wow. It's flown by. I'm Justin.
I'm Trevor.
And welcome to Old Fashioned Dads.
And welcome to end of January.
Oh, what? We got a clink.
Oh, clink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. End of January. You got to clink to that. That was almost bad.
We
just about
tried
spilled.
to get it so the mic could hear it. It just aggressively spilled everywhere.
Mine didn't.
Oh,
I'm good.
Man,
let's try that. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, that's good.
So, what are we drinking today?
We are drinking obviously an old fashioned.
An old fashioned, smoked old fashioned.
Well, I guess we should preface that because
last week was Caesars. Yeah.
So we should definitely say. So we're drinking an old fashioned. Same bitters as we've always been using. I think that if I find a new one, like that one I was going to get today, maybe if I end up splurging for that one, even though it's the price of a bottle of vodka, then maybe I'll go into detail on that stuff. But we got the Suntory World whiskey. So, this one, I like the explanation on the back. Irish, Scotch, American, Canadian, Japanese whiskeys are the world's 5 major whiskeys. Suntory's blenders carefully select malt and grain whiskeys produced at Beam Suntory-owned distilleries in these 5 countries and meticulously blend them to craft a whiskey.
So we tried it beforehand. Are you still reading more of the description, or?
Yeah, there's like we can go into the tasting notes.
Okay, let's do that.
I love that it's actually on here. I guess we could do that with like because you could probably just Google it. And each whiskey or bourbon we've ever had has probably got this written out. Tasting notes. The color is amber, and it's amber. It's not dark.
No,
it's, whether it's a Japanese whiskey. Every Japanese darker alcohol I've ever had has been a little clearer. But that's good.
That one's like a clear amber for sure.
It says profound. Vanilla and pineapple-like fruitiness on top, a creamy sweetness, and a depth with lingering woody aroma.
I don't know if I picked all that up when I tasted
it. I did not
but...
get any of the vanilla or pineapple-like fruitiness.
No.
Fruitiness.
The lingering bit, yeah.
Smooth and sweet mouthfeel. I will concur that is definitely what it was. Gradually followed with smokiness and cinnamon-like spiciness. Yeah, so the palate is bang on. So that's good. The nose, maybe we just need to get more experience.
Like that video
where the gentleman's like very aggressively doing it. And then it says finish, multi-layered complexity, sweet and smoky, spicy and woody. Yeah, I agree with that. It was very smooth, but it's very Scotch-like, which is that earthy kind of woody aroma.
What had that? Definitely smelt that way before we tried it, and even the taste, but very smooth Scotch, and then kind of finished after you get that slow burn after. It's not immediate, and then it kind of seemed to tame down after you got a couple sips, and then we of course mix that into the old fashioned. And how do you think it mixes?
I think it's good. I like it.
Right off the hop, I'd say it's good before before it starts to mellow. Easy.
It's still got that very earthy, Scotchy tone to it. But then it's hard when you mix it in an old fashioned because then you get the sweetness of the simple syrup. So then you really lose any of the sweeter notes of the whiskey.
Yep, that's true.
And we used pear
today.
Pear tree. That's what we smoked. I forgot cherries.
Oh.
Well, that's it, folks. You can
that's it.
Wow.
Ruined.
We're done here.
Yeah.
That was a good run.
Yeah.
Wow. What a rookie mistake. I feel like
too excited to get into end of January first of all. Maybe that's it.
Yes. Dryish January went
Dryish
well.
January. How did that go for you?
Yeah, it was. There were moments when I definitely, could have used a cocktail or wanted something to just.
Definitely. I've been
Yeah.
out with some work events and some social stuff, and everybody's partaking, and
Yeah.
I was not some non-alcoholic drinks, and it was difficult, but I'm glad to say I made it through. It was dryish. We still, like we said, did our cocktails for the show, and I might have snuck in a couple other ones. And it was research based, so
But that's all that, and that's where the dry-ish comes
that's
from.
right. I did try I was down in Phoenix, and I tried a mezcal old fashioned.
Yeah, for research purposes.
For research purposes, that's 100%. Why I did it. And I have to say, would not recommend.
Well, I think I told you after you told me that you drank it, it's like that. I think that anytime you mix a cocktail with tequila, it's just always tequila forward. I don't care what it is. It's not like, it doesn't give you a smooth finish, or it just overpowers everything. It's not a bad thing.
It definitely overpowered. I don't think it's something to mix in that regard. Like mixing whiskeys in an old fashioned. So the Japanese whiskey with the Suntory, which is already a mix. We've done it. We did it. That one with the Canadian rye whiskey, and then bourbons, of course. So those all mix well into the old fashioned, but when you change the base to a major alcohol, it's not quite the same. Like certain things pair well together, and like I like mezcal, I just don't like it in an old fashioned.
And it's the same thing with a Caesar when you make it with gin. It's like that's very prominent. It doesn't it loses that smoothness that the cocktail has with a regular Caesar, because the vodka is so tame that the botanicals of gin really overpower.
You like saying botanicals?
Botanicals. So yeah, no, I think I played goalie last week.
Yes.
And if we won the game, I was told that I had to have a beer. We did not.
Screwed dryish January.
I had screwed everything up, and they although we lost 6-5,
they still threw you a beer.
They still threw me a beer, and I was like, well, you know what? I deserve this. I've earned it. Excuse me. I took a lot of shots that game, a lot of breakaways. It was much needed after that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And was it worth the hype after waiting through a dryish January? Or
no? The thing that I learned the most, or the thing that was very apparent, was that there was no like a satiating feeling.
Like when you first crack that beer in the golf course.
Yeah, and it's hot out, and it's so good, and it's fresh, and it's not skunky, and you're like, oh, okay, that's good. Or you're just like, you need a cocktail after a day or something, and it's just the right day and the right feel.
It didn't fill that void. Is that what you're saying? It didn't.
And I think that my relationship with alcohol is I won't say changed per se.
It has somewhat. It's evolved. How about that?
Evolved. Let's go with that.
Different way of changed, but that's okay.
But I just didn't. It wasn't. I've done this so many times that it's lost the pizzazz. Like I don't need that big reveal at the very end.
On what, dry January?
Dry January, sober October.
Okay. Well, this is my first time. Oh, okay. Probably the longest I've gone, even though I had a couple cocktails in there. Ish, yeah. And I'd have to agree, like at first when I started down this path and everybody's doing it, it was hard not to want to participate.
Yeah.
After the first few outings, it did get easier. And I mean, we went out for dinner the other night and had a couple cocktails. It was nice to kind of celebrate on that, but it wasn't like an overabundance.
Yeah, normally where I would have maybe finished that glass of wine and then had an old fashioned and then maybe had another old fashioned.
And then maybe one more.
And then maybe one more, depending on how rough the week was. Yeah, that's just not there. I don't, or like go out for an evening and then should have a nightcap. No nightcap, right?
Sure.
No.
Well, I mean, we were home on a Friday night at 8:30.
What time did we get home? 8:39?
Something like that. Yeah.
And I was just, Now, whether I was tired, because I basically within a half an hour that went to bed. I was pretty tired.
I wasn't far off. Yeah.
I'm getting old.
Yes, you are.
So, and it made it a lot easier being accountable for the podcast, but also having you do it and people aware that I was doing it. And I've done it so infrequently. It's like, maybe once or twice a year that like nobody says anything anymore. Like,
well, it's interesting when you go down that path and you do that dry January or sober October or whatever it is, and you choose to do it, and there's still that pressure to participate socially in drinking. But once you tell that and you stick to your guns, most people are like, hey, good for you.
Yeah.
Like, good on you for doing that, right? And sticking it out. So it's nice to go and get through it, say you've accomplished it. But then, with that, obviously we're not going out. So we've been going to the gym more, doing that. And at the end of January, I have to say, like, I know we've talked about it, but like, I feel a lot better from reducing the amount of booze I've had, going to the gym more. Just end of January, I feel real good.
Yeah, that's, I think it's like a package deal. I think it's a whole hell of a lot easier when you package it like that, and you're going to the gym and you're making an effort, and then you're not drinking as much, and it's just all of those things culminating. And it's like, like what? So I'm down 27, 28 pounds since January 2nd. So yeah, it's, but again, like I, went out Saturday, ran 5K. Like I just,
that's crazy talk, but,
and I didn't quite know what my time was going to be. And that was not a horrible time. Like 37 minutes to do 5K was
in the winter on icy roads and sidewalks and
correct
shit.
And so that was huge. And I think my sleeps have been getting better. I'm not carrying I'm not carrying around a bunch of weight. And so it's just gotten easier. Now my body's just used to, not eating as much. And I think not having the calories of alcohol on top of that, I don't feel hungry or snacky as much as today I was like, I need to eat something. I went to the gym and, but I had hockey today. So then I was like, I need something. So then I ate 9 eggs, 2 pieces of sourdough bread, and 2 protein bars.
Wow.
So
that sounds like a week's worth for me.
So to lose that amount of weight, but still be eating relatively clean.
Well, like you said, it is a package deal because you're so much more aware of what you're eating, what you're consuming when you're consuming it. And in January, when it's freaking cold outside and dark out, like all you want to do is drink and eat.
Correct.
So it's hard to make it through that without wanting to do that, because there's not a lot, like you do hockey, but when you come home, there's not a lot of other things going on. You're in hibernation mode when it's -30 outside.
Oh, there was over this month. It's been +10 and -40.
Yeah, -50.
Like it's like, what the fuck this place?
Yeah, exactly. So it's tough to make it through all of that and not want to eat something high in carbs or calories, or sit down and drink a bottle of whiskey in an evening or something, right? So good for you, good for us for making it through.
Yeah, and I like weird pains, like my lower back is sore, and I was like, it wasn't until I went for that run, and I'm like, well, why the fuck does my back hurt from a run? If anything, my legs should hurt.
I sneezed the other night and I didn't have to go to the chiropractor the next day and everything just popped. So I think it's an age thing. Just got to accept it. As you got your bowl of olive oil on the table for your follicles and cuticles.
It's so like as I'm watching TV, I dip my fingernails and my cuticles of like up to my first knuckle, and I sit there and I let it soak for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then I take it out and I rub it all over my hands, and then I dip again and I rub it on my arms, and then dip a little bit more, put it in my beard, all over my face and my hair. Fuck me. Like,
so just to confirm, this is like extra virgin olive oil, like straight out of the bottle, pour into a bowl.
Fucking pour it into a bowl and have some paper towel because it's a little oily.
Yeah.
And I usually will wash it off. Like I'll go into the shower and I won't like scrub it off, but I'll just rinse off the body, like, before bed or something like that. And fuck me, like my skin has never been this soft ever in my entire life. My hair is like silky smooth. My beard isn't as dry. And, granted, beard oil does the same and hair oil and all that shit. I get that. But for something so low cost and just sits there and is just fucking olive oil.
And once again, it's minus 30 outside and dark in January and you're watching TV. So, why not?
Gotta watch my Fallout.
There you go.
Gotta watch my Shrinking. What else have I been watching?
I haven't got into the Fallout. Well, into the second season yet.
Yeah.
Probably started
at this
soon.
rate, the season's probably going to be done before.
But then I'll just binge it.
Yeah.
So I gotta finish playing far enough into the game. So
you have to finish the game.
Like, I have to finish the game before I watch it. That's a lot of airplane rides.
No, listen, you don't have to, but the show will ruin the game. So either don't play the game and watch the show, or finish the game and then watch the show.
Oh.
Because as the show progresses, if you don't know how that game ends, you're just gonna fucking ruin some shit.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Because there's so many, like Jonathan Nolan does such a good job at implementing so many Easter eggs in the actual show that are references to the game, that it's almost, if you've started the game, it's almost lost on you, because unless you've progressed through the game, you won't understand those references.
I'm still in the
Macaulay Culkin plays a character.
Macaulay Culkin's in it?
In one episode, he plays a character, and that's all I'll say. And it is a direct character that's in the game. And you're like, at first you're like, wait, what the and then because I recently replayed it, I was like, oh, that's what that reference is. Or like, the town with the dinosaur. Like, there's so many little specific things.
So I got to put some more time in. Is that what you're saying?
It doesn't take that long.
Okay.
Like
I gotta stop getting my ass kicked then.
Yeah, you can play the game, two different ways. You can extend how long the game takes you to finish by doing all the little side stuff and all the little odds and ends. But if your intent is to watch the show and not ruin the game, just play the main story. Even if the show ruins some of the side stuff, it's fine, because to finish all the side stuff and the main quest or the main mission, it will, like, you're 40 or 50 hours.
Okay. So
whereas the main storyline you can do in 25.
Do you watch that with your kid?
Almost caught myself.
Getting better.
With my son, I do, not with my daughter.
Okay.
Definitely not.
And has he played the game?
He watched me play Fallout 4, so he understands the concepts. Like, gets the power suits and the and the Brotherhood of Steel and things like that. Like, he gets little tiny references, but like not. And he enjoys the show because he's never played the game.
Sure.
So that
on its own, it's a good show.
On its own, it's perfect. But it's so much better when you're like, little Easter egg there for the nerds. So it's really good. So yes, hibernating and watching TV. Now that it's getting a little warmer out though, like, I think I would like to get my time back to.
You say you're running every freaking day?
No, not every day, but it's probably going to be like every other day. where like, you know what? I won't say every other day right now because there's still hockey, there's still kid stuff,
Yeah.
there's life, gym, other
Sure.
things. And I don't like really exercising in any capacity past 7, just because it keeps me up too late. It just wires me whether I take pre-workout or anything. So, but I would like to get my time down to like 20 minutes.
For a 5K.
No, that's kind of where I was.
And you were at 38?
Yeah, 37. Just over
Okay.
37. So it'll be challenging for sure. But yeah, like
especially in the winter, once the weather gets nicer, should be easier.
And I should be
to
conditioned by that point. I've got a very specific loop, and so I'm just going to keep doing that same loop. And then sometimes
unless that loop includes palm trees and ocean and shit, like I ain't interested.
But I like running. I've always liked running, and when I was actually a runner, 20 minutes is probably what I would do 5K in. How have you felt about going to the gym so much now?
Well, it's funny. So like you and I go during the week, and then I went with my wife today. I took yesterday off, and I went with my wife today, and I parked the vehicle, and she's like trying to psych herself up to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, are you like literally trying to psych yourself up to go to the gym? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm actually, because we've been going enough, I'm excited to go and go to the gym, right? And it never used to be part of my routine. So it's like, and this was easy. Like when you and I go, I'm lifting a lot heavier, but when I go with my wife, I'm usually just doing some cardio for a bit to stay active. So it's
a good change too. I always recommend people try different things. Like this week I've got 2 yoga classes booked. So, that's one thing. And then it's like, so alternating how you're exercising will keep it fresh too.
Yeah. So I mean, I like going, and now that it's when you first start going and you're not used to it, and your body complains. Everything you do, things are groaning, everything hurts, and hurts for a long time. Like you and I, we did legs the other day, and I was expecting, like, it's usually that 1.5, 2 days is when you start to feel it. I didn't have any of that. So I'm like,
and I lifted a lot when we did legs, like more than, so I did legs last Saturday, went to the gym and absolutely destroyed them. Did 10 sets of squats, finishing with 220 or 245s and then a 25 on top of that. So like I was pushing it, and that one fucked me up. Like that one was like 4 or 5 days where I'm like, oh my God. But then we did our leg day, and I'm like, I went for a run the next day.
Yeah. Like I did the bike today, and I thought, well, that'll be a good one after. And especially, you got that lactic acid build up, and everything is sore. Like usually when I do leg day, I have a tough time with stairs. and this like literally the next day, I no after effects.
Yeah.
So either I don't want to say it because I go with you, but either I didn't lift enough,
like music to my ears,
or I'm getting used to it, or it could be a little.
Yeah, you're getting conditioned, and like I said, I can teach you as much as I know. I can give you tips along the way. I can design programs and exercises that complement everything. But ultimately, you have to decide where that weight is. And like, yeah, I can watch you critique you and be like, that's not enough, motherfucker. But ultimately,
2 more plates.
Yes, it's up to you to know, okay, on that, like I told you, if you reach your last set and you made it to 10 and you still had more in the tank, that's a very good indication that the next time you do that exercise, increase that.
Well, I don't want to admit this because I know how this is going to play out.
Come on.
But I definitely had more in the tank.
It's what? You had more in the tank?
I had more in the tank.
Oh, good.
And I thought I was pushing myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that wasn't that bad. So, it's good making it a habit because I am becoming conditioned to it. Where before, like I said, doing that, I'd struggle going up and down the stairs for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, we skied at Whistler, and I had a tough time walking, especially stairs, for 3 days after skiing there, right? And this was like, I didn't even know I went to the gym a couple days ago.
See, so now your body's getting conditioned to it.
So I just gotta be careful. I gotta preface that because I know your goal is to try and kill me at some point at the gym.
I try to kill everybody.
Well, I know.
I've built a reputation with people that like I take them through workouts and they're like, what in the hell is wrong with you? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna push it. I like it.
Oh, we do.
Oh, I've got a whole nother gear.
Well, I know. So I'm scared to say it, but honestly, I felt good. So like getting through January, like you said, cutting out that booze for the better part of the month.
Are you going to continue
with the gym or drink?
All of it.
I think on the drinking side, like it's part of what I do for work. It's part of the social side, so that'll be there, but it probably won't be to the same extent I went to before.
The volume isn't there.
Right. And I mean, obviously we enjoy it. We wouldn't have started this if we didn't enjoy
I hate it.
Cocktails, old fashions. You're forcing yourself through that. I can tell. Yeah.
Oh man, it's delicious.
Can't believe he's making me drink another old fashioned. What an asshole. So, but going through that, I think I'm more aware of it where I wasn't before. And I think that's a good thing, right? It's nice to go and enjoy it, but we don't have to take it to excess all the time.
Yeah, there's been some times when maybe we should have cut it off.
Sure. But then there's times like there's some times coming up in the next little bit where it might happen and that's okay, right? Like
yes,
there's some celebrations coming up.
Whiskey and bourbon event on February
19th. Yeah.
19th.
So we're going to talk about that. There might be another big milestone coming shortly after that, probably about 2 weeks after that.
What's the big milestone?
There might be a birthday in there.
Oh,
it's a big one.
I forget. Yes, might have to tie one on for that.
That one might get out of control. That's okay. It happens.
But ultimately,
you only hit those milestones once.
Allegedly, that's what I've heard.
I tell my kids I do it like multiple times.
But yeah, we got that. I really want to. I was thinking about it a lot before this event was ever booked. It's like I want to, when I read this and it goes profound vanilla and pineapple like fruitiness on top. I'm like, okay, in principle, I understand that. Like I'm like,
other than
okay,
the profound part,
but it's like,
seems a little much.
Do you have to be a little bit pretentious to pick that up, or is that a learned trait?
Both.
Or do some people you just never will? You're just like, yep, that's a whiskey. Yep, that's a bourbon.
You know what? If we would have read that before we tried it, then I would have tried to look for those notes.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be confirmation bias? Then?
Yes.
Like, it would be like, well, now I do taste it.
But if I'm tasting it, there's certain things I'll pick up on. And the biggest thing is yes, no, or I'm
kind of.
Yeah. But when you read something like that and it's like, okay, there's vanilla, pineapple, earthy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if I were to go back and try it, I don't know if I'd get the pineapple notes to it.
See, with food, it was definitely learned. Like, yeah, I need to understand and that's what I'm looking for when we start hopefully doing more of these and getting connected with people who can teach us more.
Hopefully, we are going to do more of these.
Yeah, well, yes, but what I mean is that I want them to take the time, because with food, you kind of have to have every single one of those things on their own before
so you can understand it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. On the booze tasting, I don't think you necessarily need that. I still hold to my point on some of it's a little bit pretentious and some of it's you do it enough, you can pick that up, right? You know, I don't claim to be the expert on wine, booze, whatever. I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like. And everybody's entitled to that, but I'm not going to go, oh, this Merlot has tastes of blah, blah, blah.
But I kind of want to. Like, I did learn quite a bit about it with wine, and I'm like, okay, so yeah.
To a certain extent, but not to the extent that it's called out in a marketing box.
Yes, true. But but I would like to be able to get to the point where I can see if that box is bullshitting or not.
Fair enough. Like, I agree with that. Like, there's definitely no star anise in that whiskey.
Right. Put to bed the star anise. Every time I open up my spice cabinet, though, it's like, okay, star anise, you need to chill the fuck out.
So while we were out today, scouting for our tasting and buying our whiskey, I noticed and I'm glad you didn't buy it, but they had celery bitters.
See, but it's kind of redundant.
So now it's
because
a joke,
you tell me that celery does not have a flavor and there's nothing to it. So then what are you afraid of?
But why would you make a whole like celery bitters?
If celery bitters exists, then you have to concede that celery has a celery has a taste.
Just like you say that. Well, at least I say some of that shit is pretentious, and that's why you want to do the tasting to know if they're telling the truth or if they're
at least to learn to tell
selling a marketing lie, which is okay, right? It's about selling shit, and that's fine. But celery bitters, come on, that's a little
okay. I'm gonna secretly change labels, and I'm gonna go get it, and you're not even gonna know whether I use it or not.
Yeah.
No, because celery doesn't have a taste.
It does.
Remember?
You're right. It doesn't.
There's nothing there.
I'm like, did you not put any bitters in it this time, or
there's? Have you had celery salt before?
Yeah.
So that has a taste.
But I usually mix it.
With what?
I mix it with lemon pepper and salt and pepper and seasoning.
But if it doesn't have a taste, why would you mix it?
Well, because it's still celery salt. There's salt in it.
So
and I mix it. That's what I make my rimmer with for Caesars.
But then why not just add salt?
It's got a different color. Clumps differently.
But yes, they did have celery bitters where maybe I'll have to try that on my own. Like, I don't really want to taste bitters. No, but like, what if we just put a little bit on our finger and then just dab it on our tongue? Would you concede to that?
Trying it that way?
Yeah.
What happened to just drinking old fashions? Now we're like dabbing bitters on our finger and try it on our tongue. And
although when we make these cocktails, we can taste the difference in the bitters. Have you ever just tried the bitters on their own?
I have not.
Me neither. So maybe that's an aspect that we need to learn.
Okay. So are you saying we're going to talk about bitters for a whole episode and just like
I don't think it needs a whole damn episode.
Just have a string of bitters on the table and try it, and
people listening to us just try bitters.
It sounds psychotic.
Well, once we get video, maybe it'll be like a cooking show type thing.
Okay. But if we're cooking something, then it's okay.
Cooking with old-fashioned dads.
Cooking with old-fashioned dads. So we're just drinking old-fashioned, watching somebody cook something, and then we're eating it.
I have...
You're a good cook. Yeah, that's
fine. I'm fine. It's you. What did I make?
Something with celery, I'm sure.
No, it was a bourbon something. Damn it. I made something within the last month that had bourbon in it. But I can't remember if it was
pie
a
you brought over to my place. You brought bourbon pie.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, that wasn't in the last month.
Was that longer?
Was that Grey Cup? Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe a little longer.
Yeah,
that's the last. But that's something that I made soup the other day. So in the last 2 weeks, I've made 4 different kinds of fucking soup because
it's minus 30
apparently
outside, and it's minus 30 outside. So that's what you do. You make soup.
Yeah.
Chili and goulash.
I just been staying home more.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Staying home more.
How do those correlate? Somebody called me an asshole. Okay, I'm
long
gonna go home
story
and make
short,
soup.
I just have
And
a lot
drink an
more
old
free
fashioned.
time at home, and I've been making soups. And there was a gnocchi. You know what that is? It's like, you know what gnocchi is?
No, please explain. Yes,
Like
I
a
know what
potato.
gnocchi. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. Anyway, so I made a soup with that, but then I had to get masala wine, and masala wine is like a dessert wine, but like it's in like the port section.
Yep.
So it's
I've
like,
never had it, but it is.
it's like it's fucking terrible on its own. I tried a
Is
little
it?
bit of it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, but it gives you with this soup. Oh, it is phenomenal. It gives you such a flavor profile that is very specific. And you can buy cooking masala. And then I find like I've got cooking wines and they're fine, but they just don't have the punch that regular, and not from like an alcohol perspective because you cook off the alcohol.
Yeah.
But you just, those cooking wines, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
There's a bit of it, but it just
I-
doesn't have that
so-
pop.
Some slightly off topic, but I used to work at the liquor store years ago. One of my
Mhm.
regulars that came in, he was writing a book on cooking with tequila,
Oh yeah, cool.
and he had different. I never bought it or saw it or anything, but he was working on it. He was always coming in.
And he was never seen again.
It's funny how that works. My dad stroke. I don't know.
Whoa, like he's 0 to 100. Like, you know, he may have had a successful book, or he's dead because he had a stroke. Like, there's no in between. Like,
Well, there could be. I don't know.
he was,
It was kind of neat. So
maybe he moved to Mexico and he makes tequila.
So maybe
that
we
could
start
be a thing.
Maybe it's mezcal. Maybe not. Maybe it's not tequila. So I was just thinking, because we only started this in November.
What did we start in November?
The
Going
podcast.
live with this?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So we should do like grilling with old fashioned dads or cooking with old fashioned
would we
dads.
record it, or would it be like small little video chunks?
I don't know.
Maybe
To be determined.
Maybe, yes, to be determined. Maybe it's complementary to this.
Yeah.
Because like the video stuff, you know, I want to have people, obviously, you know,
The video is coming.
Yes, the video is coming. We've got a space. We're just gonna finish it and spend some more fucking money.
That's it.
And that's all.
Unless
it is.
somebody wants to sponsor, then we're okay. You know.
You know, maybe those people from Netherlands want to send us some money.
Sure.
Maybe those Russians are looking to
Or
offset some of the.
You know what? We'll take any money.
We will
All the money
take.
is the
We
same
will
dollar.
take any PayPal donations from people,
You
and
just let us know if you want us to have a camera and you want to. We don't even have a Patreon page, but if you want to like donate to that,
let's just consider it all an investment, and then we're worried.
That's it. We're still having fun. So,
For God's sakes.
I mean, this gives us an excuse to get together and drink old fashions and talk about it.
This is true.
And cooking and weird spices and shit like
Star
celery and
anise
star anise.
Your
and-
hatred for fucking celery. Like, I just, it's still every so often I'm driving. I'm like, what the fuck? It's celery, like psycho. How have your kids dealt with all of this as well?
The show or
the show,
like the
This?
podcast?
Oh, not the podcast. No, no. I was
like me getting
uncomfortable.
ripped?
I was uncomfortable about my kid listening, and now I'm like, fuck, whatever. Like, he's probably heard worse.
Oh, 100%.
Just watched Game of Thrones, for God's sake. So
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely had worse. No, I just mean like around the house with less alcohol and more exercise, and have they wanted to do stuff like that on their own as well? Hopefully not the cutting down the alcohol, because
hopefully cutting down.
Hopefully just having none would be fantastic.
Well, one is old enough, and one is almost old enough, and one is definitely not old enough.
It's weird meeting both of them, and like now it's like, oh God, like, oh, I don't want to have a beer with you. Like, I don't want to.
Well, it's funny because, like I said, I got a birthday coming up, and I could almost go to the bar with 2 out of the 3 of my kids.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
So, but it like 3 weeks away, and my middle one is old enough to come to the bar too. So it's, and I've taken them. I've taken the older two that have graduated to Quebec City, and it's 18 in Quebec and 19 in Saskatchewan.
I don't know if I told this. Well, sorry, I'll let you finish that thought.
So we went like, because they're 18 when we went there. We went and like, I'm having a beer at lunch or whatever, and it's like, well, do you want to have one? Yeah, sure. So my older one, he was like, he'd have a beer and that would be it. And my middle one, he's like, yeah, I'll have beer. Another one, yeah, sure. Like, I was just testing him to see, right?
Yeah.
And I go to him, like my oldest one especially, and I'm like, so you didn't want to have another beer because you were already buzzed? And he's like, oh yeah. You didn't want to get wasted in front of your parents.
He probably would be the lightweight out of the three, actually, now that I think about it.
And my middle one, when I'm like, hey, we're gonna get a beer, and he's like, why don't we get a pitcher? I'm like, well, hold on a second.
Wait, why do you know what a pitcher is? Like, what?
Let's get another. So I knew that was gonna be the play on that, but I like testing just to see, right? Because it's okay, and I don't care. Like, we walked everywhere, and we we weren't
it's
driving,
not like you're sitting there getting drunk and driving around,
right? And he wasn't getting out of control. Correct. But I know when you know the personalities, right, and see how they come out. So I don't think they notice too much about me cutting back. So my oldest is working full time. My middle one has moved out, so he's not even home. And my youngest, he's in his cave. No different than, I'm sure, when your kid comes over and, okay, see ya.
No.
But you guys have a little bit more interaction, I guess. So
it's not weird. I like it. It's great. He's we'll sit at the table and build puzzles and like build Lego, or we watch the same stuff on TV, or we read the same books, or he's very much a spitting image of me. Like that, as much as I in the great ways. Like there's ways that I'm very happy that he's not me. Like the obsessive side, the overbearing, the intensity. He's not as intense as me, but he's definitely all of the things that I'm some of my better qualities. Like he is uniquely charismatic in his own way. And he's figuring that out. So he definitely doesn't go to his hole as much as...
And we've talked about it before, because you've got one of each.
Yes.
And I've got 3 boys.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's me. That's me. That's me. And then I'm like, oh, that's my wife. That's my wife.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of each of us, like personality-wise, in all of them. And they say things or do things. And
the
it's
mannerisms, yeah.
And some things I don't want to admit. I know my wife doesn't listen to this, but I'm like, oh yeah,
she's boycotted it.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. Like 100%, that's me. I did that when I was their age, right? Yeah. So it's funny seeing that, especially when I got three age ranges of boys, and I can see all that. But I mean, you can see in both your son and your daughter. I can see that.
Oh yeah, and like all of the good, all of the good. The thing that I really, you have the good and the bad, the things that make you, funny or charismatic or charming or any of those adjectives. What comes at it is intensity. Sometimes you don't read a room. Sometimes you're too loud. Sometimes you're intense. Sometimes you are caught in a loop of that positive reinforcement from your peers.
Yep.
That then you kind of just, now you're feeding off of it, and now you're like, uh-oh, I went too far. So they definitely have that, but it's just not, it's all the good things of me, just not as loud as me. And I don't mean like literally loud. I just mean like, just big and boisterous.
Yes.
It's like they
but
don't
at
have
the same point, they're younger, where they're still figuring that out.
Yeah. And so I'm nurturing it and just guiding it and not trying to suppress it, where, when they were younger, especially my son, I was so concerned that I was over parenting, that I was trying to make sure I don't want him like this. I don't like almost curating him and being like, nope, you got to be this, you got to be this, and you got to be this. And I realized, maybe 5 or 6 years ago that it's like, oh, yeah, that's almost impossible first and foremost. But it's like, I don't want that, because I could see it suppressing the good. And then it had these weird byproducts that I'm still dealing with today that I'm trying to undo because of my behavior towards how I was parenting before.
For me, other than like the basics of right and wrong and what's acceptable,
Yes.
I let them be who they are. I didn't want to have influence on that. And I mean, we talk at home, we talk about money and we talk about politics, and I mean, my wife, when it comes to politics and some of the stuff, she's very biased on this stuff. And I try not to be. I try to give both sides of it and let them make up their own decision. I don't want to. I mean, it's going to come at some point, because there is still biases, but I'm trying not to force my bias on the kids, and let them develop that on themselves and figure out which way they move, left, right, whatever. Like I don't really care. And now that I've got 2 that are old enough to vote, I'm like, go, you guys need to
fuck
go
this up.
I'm like, I don't care.
Don't vote Green Party.
I'm like, no, I don't care. Like, go vote for some unknown. I don't care. Like, if you like, at least go down and put your check mark on a ballot, but at least do some research so you have
that's a big pet peeve for me. And I'm like, even with people that I've dated, and even recently, it's like, hey, you don't have a lot of like obligations. And and people can disagree with me, and that's fine. It doesn't fucking matter. But I mean, like, when it comes to vote time, like, even if you don't want to take it as intense as I do, because clearly I ran for city council. I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna fucking win.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna, and you know what? And if I am blessed to do a good enough job at it, and I learn how to do it, well, then I'd like to continue and do it further. But for me, it's like, Jesus, like, if you have a position on something, like, do something, do a mile. Like, I hate these people who I hear that are like, well, what I do is I just Google, global news, and they can tell me what all the parties stand for. Well, how do you get the nuances? How do you get the objectives? How do you get the like, it just seems so lazy. It's
okay,
like,
you know what? If as a starting point, if you've never done it before, you gotta find a way to do it. But
if you've had 20 years of being able to vote, you should know where you line up.
Yes.
And what you stand for.
Yes.
And like, if you can't articulate that, like, it's quite frustrating, because it's, and maybe it's that the people I've, surrounded myself with or dated, it's just like, I don't want to, I want to have that. I don't want judgmental conversation. What I want is, I'm generally curious of what you think and why you picked that, and what evidence did you find? How do you feel about things?
I just want to interject on this briefly, because I think this could be a whole episode on its own. I agree. Like, I like having conversations and debates with people on what they think and why, because I'm curious about it.
Why is so important. Like, that's like,
but I'm not asking it because I want you to get on a soapbox and tell me that I need to be.
I'm just generally curious,
whether it's politics or religion, all the foo topics,
everything that I'm
like, I want to know what you think. So, like, tell me, but don't preach to me.
Yeah,
that I'm the same way, and I like that. Like, we might not agree on certain things, and that's okay. And if you say, I think this because, well, I never thought of it like that way, but at least I know. It gives me a a different perspective.
I don't know how you feel, because I think it changes towards people who are closer to me. But it's like, you know, with the people that are in my inner circle, and there's very few.
Am I in the inner circle?
You are. There's probably 10 people that are
in my Fokker.
Fokker. Yeah, right. You in my inner circle, Fokker. But it's like it is a must for me that you can answer the question why. I can sit here and I can listen. I can be non-confrontational. I can be objective. But if I give you counter information to what you've built your ethos or your environment around, that's fine. You can think different than me. And I love that.
Yep.
I love having friends that are so different, and people and spouses and all of that. But what I want and what I crave is that it's like, okay, if you're going to fucking have that opinion, well, and that's what I teach with my kids. It's like, okay, have that opinion. That's fine. I respect you for your opinion, but why? And then if you can't explain that, then I don't want to, then I kind of, it's not that I don't respect, because I do respect it, your position, but I'm like, it's so disingenuous to somebody to then, and I've had a lot of situations, especially over the last 5 years, where it's like, this is what I think, and pick any fucking topic. I'm like, okay, but like, here's A, B, C, D, E. Have you thought about this? Fuck you. What? And it's like, it's met with confrontation. And I'm like, okay, listen, I'm not trying to, like, I'm coming, like, I'm actually just curious of what you think, but It's like, you're saying something that's polar opposite to this specific point.
There's two things, and I've seen both sides of it from you, and I do it as well, right? There's I want to know why you think that way, and here's some other things, and I do that just because I'm curious, or I think this way, or I do it because I'm playing devil's advocate, because I've done that as well. Because
time and place.
I've watched you do that with my kids.
Yeah, but I'm trolling them.
I know,
and
it's funny, but it's part of them learning to take a stance, exactly. Right? Like, I'm over here and I think this because of this, and you can say whatever you want, and maybe you're trolling me, maybe you're not, but I believe this because, and have convictions, and that's okay, right? And I like doing it as well, but I don't like everybody is so, I believe this, or you believe different, well then we can't talk anymore. Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Like, and it's like, it doesn't, it's like, it's with my kids, it's relationships, it's my friends, and thankfully I've got a really good inner circle of friends that fill a plethora of different needs. Like, I've got friends that I would never talk politics with, even though they know I'm super passionate about it. They're just not those type of people, but they're also very, philosophical, or this, they have their insight and niche that I appreciate from a friend group. But it's just like, I said, there are so many things and times when I feel that I am, asking questions in a critical way, or not even in like a condescending critical way, but just be like, oh, that's interesting. Well, what about this? Well, no, I've made up my mind. Okay, but you didn't try this or this, or like,
you're not necessarily doing it to change their mind, just to give them a different avenue of thinking about something.
Yeah, and especially from partners. That's been a very difficult thing, because who I am today is quite a bit different than who I was 5 years ago and who I was 10 years ago.
Well, I think that would apply to most people.
No, I don't think that's true. I think like a lot of people are unless you do the work, I think are pretty much the same. Unless you're making unless you're making a really conscious effort at changing.
That's a fair assessment, but I would also think that unless life doesn't change in 5 years, which, let's face it, things do, or 10 years, or whatever time frame you want to put on it, you're going to change because of that. or maybe you stay the same and somebody else changes and things evolve and change because of it. Which
I get very frustrated when I have to have conversations and like just because it comes back to the kids, because the kids are quite good at this now, that where we will challenge your ideology, we will challenge your thoughts, and it doesn't mean your thoughts are wrong. It's like, and yes, there are times when it's, and I find that it happens with things that I know quite well, whatever that might be. If I've got a deep understanding of that, I believe I have a unique ability to, this is when it started. I have so I'm a Calgary Flames fan, and
I know it sucks.
And I've got friends that are Edmonton Oilers fans, and I know
like normal people.
This is so simplistic, and it is such a great analogy for how, if you want to partake in conversations, to be the devil's advocate, is this the best way I could put it, because this is how I learned it, is that the best way to troll an Edmonton Oilers fan is to know more about their team than they do.
Sure.
So I would just learn obscure facts about players,
and throwing random shit just to be,
and I would do
just
as
to
much
antagonize the situation.
Sometimes with hockey it's fun and playful, but I mean, like, okay, so I thought about that and I go like, oh, that's an interesting way to poke the bear. But then I'm like, oh, well, what is a better way of understanding where you fall on something than by participating in listening? It's the same idea. Like, nobody Googles why they're wrong, right? You never type into Google. You always are having confirmation bias.
But I should.
You always have confirmation bias because you're Googling the thing that you want to know instead of Googling the things that you don't know.
You're right.
Or the counter.
And Google ruined the art of bullshit.
Yes.
And bullshitting.
Yes.
I call bullshit.
You more than me, but even I was like, okay, here's a fun example. We were at a bar one night and I was 19 and I got in an almost physical altercation with one of my drunk friends because we had both been drinking. And I said, no, man, Europe sang the final countdown. What? No, they didn't. It was blah, blah, blah. No, it fucking what? It was Europe. And you're arguing with that person. Whereas now, oh, it was Europe. Here you go. And it's there's like, that's not that I would suggest people get into an hour-long argument at a bar with one of their friends about a song title.
Yes,
but it's
fun.
Yes, it is. But it's telling of where we're at. And that again, just to come back to that point, was just that nobody Googles potentially their counter argument to what they think.
I like that though.
What?
Googling the counter argument.
No, just like if you're trying to understand a topic,
I get it, but you always Google the confirmation bias.
Correct. Yes.
But I like Googling the alternate.
Yeah.
So look at us, like dry January. now we're having a cocktail at the end and we're all philosophical and shit.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. I like that. I like playing. I used to do it a lot more when I was younger.
Oh yeah, me too.
Do devil's advocate. Certain things I let it slide, and every once in a while I'll do it.
Like, no.
Yeah. Just because it's fun.
Hey, what about this?
So I'm
I just say that I do that with the kids so that it's like
you got to do that with the kids because that's part of being a parent. It's in the parenting handbook somewhere. I never got mine, but it's in the parenting handbook. I'm sure it is. Yes. You always got to challenge them just to, once again, and it's one thing when the parent does it, but when it's somebody that they know who is an adult that does it,
yeah,
and it challenges them, and they're like, wait a sec, let me think about this one.
Yeah,
and it's like, if you're convicted to something, then stand behind your convictions. But if somebody challenges you and it opens your mind, that's okay as well. But if you're convicted to something, know why you're convicted and stand behind it. And if you're not sure, that's okay, right? That's part of developing and becoming who you are.
Yeah.
So I do it once in a while to troll the kids just to see, and I've seen you do it with my kids, and it's fun to watch that interaction, watch them try to defend themselves, because it's another adults
the
that they
middle
know.
and the younger one, it's fine. They really aren't there yet. But your oldest, it's like it's just like a sugary treat. It's like, oh man, you bit so hard, and watch his face get red, and he's and it's like, hey man, like, you know, I'm
giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I'm just busting your balls here. Okay, well, yeah, let's call her there. That was a great podcast, and we'll do it again in 2 weeks, and
we'll talk about the tasting coming up.
Yes. Thanks for everybody for listening. Thanks to our people from all around the world that we are trying to antagonize to comment and like and subscribe.
Thanks for the one comment we've received so far.
Yes, we did get one comment, so thank you to him. And yeah, just keep sharing this, keep doing it, and we'll keep making the content and having some fun and just going from there.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm Justin.
I'm Trevor. Peace out.